Hello there, KNWXers, KNWX here, and today we'll be talking about the upcoming severe weather event for later this evening. Now, let's get straight into it. So, here's the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center, sent out just a little bit after 9 o'clock. Let's look at the hail threat first. As we can see, a 15% for all of southeastern Michigan, with some including areas in this could include Grand Rapids, Detroit, and Flint, and Ann Arbor. Now, Warren, Lansing, all those places are now under the gun for hail today. Let's take a look at the wind. Now, the hatched or dashed line area is that means there's more than 10% chance of 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts within a given area or 25 miles beyond that point. So as we can see, let's look at the wind threat for today, and it's pretty decent what we got going on here. Uh, Areas under the regular 15%. Uh, Here, I'm just going to list the areas that are under 15%. Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Toledo, and Archon, Ohio. So, uh, and places that are under the significant threat today include Detroit, Cleveland, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, Warren, Michigan, and Sterling Heights, Michigan. So if you are under one of those areas, please know you have a chance at seeing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts later this evening. Doesn't mean 100%, but it can mean that there's a possibility. Now let's take a look at the tornado threat. So we could see a tornado watch possible for later this evening. I am seeing some really good curvature on the hodographs, which if you don't understand what those are, uh, you're not left out. There are many people who don't understand. So right now it's cloudy, by the way, but that's going to be out pretty soon. So, you know, let's look at people under the greatest threat for a tornado. This includes Detroit, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio, Toledo, Ohio, Warren, Michigan, and Sterling Heights, Michigan. This will be changing throughout the day, but I got a feeling these places will remain in the threat. Places under the green threat include Pittsburgh, Archon, Ohio, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Canton, Ohio, and Youngstown, Ohio. So those are all places under the gun for a isolated tornado threat, 5%, meaning a couple could be possible. And now let's look at the threat as a whole. Now, people under a slight risk for severe weather. Now, we could experience a level 3. I think we're just waiting for a bit more info on that. And we have people under slight risk include Detroit, Cleveland. Uh, Sorry, I'm forgetting the state. Detroit, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Toledo, Ohio, Archon, Ohio, and much more places. And this includes, I believe, Buffalo is up there as well. Yeah, barely there, but I guess they're there. Uh, and let's look at for a marginal risk for severe weather today. Uh, Chicago, Illinois, Columbus, Ohio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Buffalo, New York, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. So those are all places again that are under the gun for severe weather today. Now let's take a look at the models. Alright, so here's the most recent model run. This has been changing uh, from time to time. So we have 101 degrees here. We have just very scattered, very hot temperatures here for several areas. In Chicago, you are heating up today. I'll tell you that much. But this includes multiple things. We'll take a look at the dew point in the latest run. Again, this has constantly been changing. And a big concern is, oh my gosh, the humidity today was going to be going crazy. So the dew point could be maybe into the mid 80s in some locations. Uh, this is a pretty rare event. We don't usually see 80-degree dew points, but today we have the chance of seeing that, and this is usually a rarely, I mean, it is extremely rare that I see 80-degree dew points for the area. So let's look at radar, and whew, looks like we got quite the squall line today, and could have a few embedded tornadoes. Again, I included that. Uh, I mean, look at all these winds. I mean, over here by Flint, eight up to 80 miles per hour could be in some locations of these storms. Now, this doesn't mean this here is going to happen, but expect hearing your emergency alert system go off on your phone tonight, because they go off and sirens. And I live in southeast Michigan. Sirens can go off for 75-mile-per-hour plus wind speeds if there is a greater threat. Now, if you're wondering, yes, the white could be tornadoes and very large updraft. I mean, let's actually take a look at the amount of updraft we have here. So let's look at that. As you can see, there is a good amount of updraft. This could be hail, this could be tornadoes, and I think this is the primary reason why they upgrade our threat. We were just at a 2%, but they upgraded a lot of areas up to a 5%. Now, let's take a look at how unstable the air is, and I bet you it's going to be crazy. Yeah, these are some Kentucky type cape levels. I mean, up to 5,000. Here, let's actually get a sounding here. For that area, it would be 7,000 cape for that area that I'm looking at right now. Uh, and this is going to be a pretty active day in a lot of locations. I mean, let's just take a look at all these, like large amounts of cape will be there. And if you don't know what that is, I do have a YouTube video talking about it, so you're not left out. So go check it out. And let's look at the heat index and wind chill. Now, as you can see, this has been changing a lot, so we kind of have to just wait for this to occur. I mean, this is just crazy, but I think the best locations will have the best location to see 100-degree dew points will be south of the I-69 line here. From at this point here, if you take that and go like this, other than if we're excluding these areas, if we make it privately just southeastern Michigan, best chance to see uh dew point, not dew points, high uh wind, not wind chill. I'm sorry. Heat index readings would be south of I-69. So that's kind of all I have for today, and expect updates in later parts of the day. See you later.